Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me okay. So I'm joining you from my family's home in San Anselmo, California. And I'm also trying to do a Facebook and Instagram live at the exact same time. But I haven't got the right equipment. So the poor people on Instagram will have to look at a really strange angle, or they'll just have to look out the window of this beautiful view. So anyways, I wanted to address this. What is the whole point of working with a coach? Someone asked me this in my live workshop the other day. By the way, look at this amazing view. If you've never been to this part of Marin County, I swear it's heaven. And I think I will have to move here one day. Check that out. This is like from my family's window. Anyway, so someone asked me the other week, what's the point of working with a coach in the middle of my live workshop in New York City? And, I started going on and on and on about how much my life has up-leveled since I've been working with coaches. But I also thought I would share some testimonials from clients. And if you look here on the Facebook post, you will see some things I wrote. So people had said, my life is playing out, doing really well in focus, lots of transformation. You've taught me a lot about the possibilities of life and that, I can choose how I want to live. People constantly mention motivation, accountability, feeling really good. And it's really funny. So I call myself a transformational business coach. So I actually help people launch and grow their businesses. But in the end, a lot of what we do is life. It's like business is life and life is business when you're running a business or when you're an entrepreneur or when you are making, I'm trying to get a beautiful view here. When you're making a move in life, like let's say trying to leave a corporate career or trying to start a business while working, or one of these clients was actually the CEO of his own $20 million company and was going through a big transition where he ended up actually merging. So it was, a year of kind of like leadership coaching. And some of these other clients' testimonials were, hey, thank you. Hi, everybody. Thanks for your likes and loves. If you're listening, just click the little button so I know who you are or make a comment. But, and many of my clients are people who are kind of earlier entrepreneurs or people who started coaching but haven't gotten clients, or they've been coaching for a few years and they're really stuck. And why do I only have 2 clients a year and we're not making any money? So you can see one of my clients had mentioned, like, I raised my rates, I changed my whole model around, I realized I was giving away too much. So the benefits I found, and I'm saying this not from just, like trying to tell you why I'm so great, but really like what I've gotten out of working with a coach. Sorry, I'm moving this around so you see this beautiful background. So for me, I was actually just in Southern California working with my own coach and a mastermind group. And I kept saying how, for me, some of the benefits, hey, Alyssa, hey, Derek, how are you? Hey, thank you so much for joining in. So for me, I actually announced this out loud to this group of people the other day that I feel like I actually up-level my life every single day. Like every day my life feels completely different, and not in a bad way. It's complete opposite. Like I feel like I'm growing and growing and growing every single day. And, not just my business, but myself personally, like I keep taking all these quantum jumps and quantum leaps into, new realms of living. And I know this is from working with a coach. And I, like I've mentioned, I work with a mastermind group that is a little bit more business focused, but in reality, the strategies and the marketing and the launch, like all that is actually very easily teachable, which is what I teach in my group mastermind. But a lot of the other stuff that comes up is really the deeper stuff that is the whole point of working with a coach. So, having someone or a group of people hold me accountable for my goals. So when I say something and proclaim it out loud, we were just talking about this yesterday, when I say something like, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to launch this program, or I'm going to, make this amount of money by X date. Like I actually announced to my coaching group, I pay $18,000 a year. It's kind of a lot. But I said in October, when I paid for it, I said, I'm going to earn this money right back. Like I'm going to earn it back within 2 months. And I actually earned it back within a few weeks. So, just declaring it out loud to a group of people and a coach that holds you accountable is one of the number one reasons why you would work with a coach. So the thing I run into the most with clients, current clients, people who come to me for a free coaching call, or people that come to my workshops, everybody has problems really sticking to what they say they're going to do. everybody has dreams and goals, but how many people actually go and realize them, and maybe it'll take them like 5 or 6 years to realize them. Hi, thanks so much for joining, Joanna and Denicia. Please click the hearts if you're here, or comment below and let me know if you're listening and if you have any questions. But, the one thing I found, and this is the whole reason I accidentally fell into coaching, was that people would come to me for help with their business all the time. Like, how'd you start a business? How'd you grow your business? How'd you get this off the ground? And then a year or two later, I would bump into them and say like, hey, how's that new shirt business? Or how's your coaching going? And they'd be like, oh, well, I haven't really started, or, oh, I still don't have any clients. And I'm like, geez, man, that was like 1 or 2 or 3 years ago. Like, why haven't you gotten anywhere with this? And I know this is the reason why, is because they don't have, this group or a coach holding them to their word, guiding them through the steps. A lot of people, like for me, growing a business has been very, not easy, but it's been a very natural thing because of the way my mind works. Like, to me, I've always been very good at making a plan and working backwards and then just, executing on that plan. But a lot of people really get stuck, especially at the earlier stages where they're like, I launched a coaching business, or I'm a healer. And then they just sit there like waiting for clients to come to them. And they don't know how to get clients. They don't know where to find them. They don't know how to create an offering that actually works for them and the client. They don't know how to price their products. They don't know how to create a real business out of it. So they kind of stay in this, stagnation of I call it stuckness, because, everybody just gets stuck. And then they come to me, a lot of times after taking an online course or signing up for some virtual program, or watching like a webinar, or doing like these online schools that are kind of like they don't really give you good accountability and good guidance. And, a year or 2 or 3 will go by and they're like, I don't understand. I launched my coaching business and I'm only making like $500 a month off of it. And that's where I'm like, what kind of, what are you doing to actually stay accountable? Like, do you have a coach that's walking you through the steps? Are you in a group of people that can give you feedback? Are you doing the right things? And, you talk to them, they're like, oh, actually, no, I put up a Squarespace site. And they think that just because they put up a website that people are going to come to them and all of a sudden want to pay them thousands of dollars for their services. And that's where I actually am like, what do you mean? What do you get out of a coach? Like, this is what you get out of a coach. You learn the real steps to growing a business. So the number one step you do not put up a Squarespace website thinking that people are going to start paying you. That is totally delusional and it doesn't work. And especially Squarespace, because they're the absolute worst for your business. And I can talk to you about why, and I think I've done a bunch of Facebook Lives on why, throwing up a website is basically useless. But so this is why it helps to work with a coach. And the reality is, people think, oh, I can't afford it, or, oh, a coach is so expensive. But the reality is what happens is every time I invest in a coach, I actually make like quadruple the money back, So therefore, when you're investing, like, and to me, this is just common sense, but I guess I forget that people don't think like I do. But hey, Aaron, hey, Kristen, thanks for joining. When you pay for something, let's say, it's $20 to invest in something where you make $100 back from it. Okay, wouldn't you say that's a smart investment, right? Like, because you just made the money back. And it's the same way with starting and growing a business, right? Like, you can try it all on your own. You can try throwing money at like a Squarespace website, or you can attempt to do it on your own, or like kind of wing it and like maybe post on social media once every 3 months and hope that someone bites it and maybe wants to work with you. Or you can actually be with a coach who teaches you the first step, the second step, the third step, the fourth step to actually growing your business. And yes, you have to pay for that coach. And like I said, I pay my coach almost $20,000. That's a lot of money. But, I earn that $20,000 back in 1 month. Therefore, I have, 11 more months to make money on top of that. So therefore, it's a really good investment. And the money doesn't even I don't even notice it. Like, it doesn't even bother me to pay that much because I know it's an investment into growth. And if I didn't pay that much and I kind of just sat back, like trying to figure it out and kind of do this and that and dabble here and throw money here and here and not know what I was doing, I would actually make less money and it would take me longer to grow a business. And in the end, I'd just be wasting my time and I'd be way more frustrated and I would just stay in the cycle of being stuck, running in circles. And I see this so much because I talk to so many people on the free calls that I give free coaching calls. If you didn't know, you can just, PM me or click the link below, book a call. But I run into this so much, like literally every single day I have these calls, and every single person that comes to me is like, well, yeah, I have a coaching business, but I don't have any clients. Like I actually ask in my application, how much monthly income do you bring in? And occasionally, I get people that are like $0 or like $200 or $500. And I'm like, man, if you're running a business for 1, 2, 3 years, or even a few months, like if you're making that little, there is something you're doing wrong. And that's a reality to it. And if you're doing something wrong and you don't know what you're doing and you're running in circles like that, you need to hire a coach. That is the point of working with a coach. The other benefits are really just having someone hold you accountable, executing on a plan, keeping you in the current step, keeping you from, my coach calls it this. Hey, Matt, how are you? Keeping you from getting shiny object syndrome. So, when, again, this happens, and it used to happen to me, it's like, I want to write a book. I want to write a podcast. Maybe I should post on Instagram. No, I should be on Facebook. No, I should start an email list. Then I'm going to do YouTube. And this shiny object of people just wanting to like do this and this and this and this and this. And they try like 50 different strategies all at once. And it actually doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. You're getting nowhere. And it's so funny because even yesterday in, this other mastermind group, I was speaking at a panel, this girl said, like, I don't understand. How do you get leads? Like, I'm getting people off of Instagram and they're not good leads. And I'm like, well, I would never tell anybody to grow their coaching business on Instagram. Not from the start. It's like totally not the best strategy. So this is the point of a coach, right? Like the way I teach growing a business is from the easiest, quickest way to earn money to like, I teach all the strategies, but like one of the last ones I teach is pretty much like the slowest way to grow your business. And, honestly, I don't recommend people do that when they're trying to grow and make money at the very beginning. Because why would you start, let's say there was another girl I talked to recently who's like, well, I'm starting a YouTube channel. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Do you realize it's going to take you like years and years before you start making good money off of YouTube? Like it's a pipe dream. Like I know I love YouTube myself. I think it's great, but honestly, I would never tell anybody that's starting a business unless they already had a job. And luckily she did have a normal job. But I was like, well, you can totally do YouTube, but you have to love it. You have to have really compelling YouTube content. And then on top of it, you have to be okay with not making a ton of money off of it for a while. So this is the whole point of working with a coach. A coach keeps you in a reality check and keeps you staying in the current step that you need to be in for your goals. If your goal is just to have a YouTube channel just for fun and see what happens, like go for it, sure. But if your goal is to, let's say, be a coach or be a consultant or, be a healer or, grow your massage therapy business, whatever it is, there's a strategy that actually works. And, especially as a solopreneur or, creating a freedom-based business that's, run on the internet, like what I do, like a virtual business, there is a proper way to grow it where you can actually make more money quicker and actually build a business quicker. So that's part of the point of working with a coach. And as you can see in these other testimonials here, one day I'll get this right, this whole like mirror thing. It's really about, it goes so much deeper than that. It's really about having like an ultimate transformation, which is why I call myself Transformational Business Coach. Because when you're taking steps towards, doing something you really want to do, like writing a book, becoming an artist, putting your art out there, starting your own business, becoming a consultant, quitting to travel and become a digital nomad. There's so much more to it than learning the right strategies or starting the email list or getting the right computer or the right scheduling software or whatever it is, payment processor. It's really a deep quest to know yourself on a deeper level, to really find, discover yourself on a deeper level. Like this client says, I realize that my life is full of possibilities. I can choose the life I want, and suffering is a choice. I'm not going to suffer anymore. Someone else said, I met you at the right time in my quest to leave my unfulfilling career and step into a more soul-centered, mission-driven life. It was a privilege to get coaching from you. I can feel joy throughout this journey. Because this client of mine was working in a corporate job that she actually doesn't like and wants to figure out what to do next. So a lot of the work together was just getting to understand herself. And, really her life in the year we worked together, like completely transformed. She became happier. She became calmer. She was healthier. She used to get sick all the time. Now she's not sick anymore. And now she's actually taking steps to create her own online business and be able to quit her job. And then generally, a lot of people would give feedback like, I am just excited about life. I'm uplifted. I feel like I'm clear. My mission is clear. I know where I'm headed. And this is what I just said yesterday to to this other mastermind group about, I just feel like, yeah, the benefits have been great for my business and, like learning how to do this and that and like grow and do webinars and grow my email list and do these Facebook lives and, like online interview series and like a podcast, whatever. But it's not just that. It's like in the last month and a half alone, it's like I bought a house, I bought a new car, I grew my business, I've been traveling, I've deepened my relationship with my partner, and I've gone on. And it's like that stuff is a huge part of life. So even though business and work is obviously a huge part of life, it's all the deeper stuff is actually, to me, even more beneficial, is more of the benefit of working with a coach. It's like I see how much my life on a day-to-day basis is just so much better in so many ways. And to me, there's no amount of money in the world that I would ever trade that for. Like a few $1,000s to have a better, more exciting, more magical life, like literally living all your dreams, like a few $1,000 is totally worth it, right? Like, wouldn't you agree? So I just wanted to address this. This guy asked me like, what's the point of working with a coach? And it's funny because I had just talked to him a few weeks beforehand, and he was saying, he has this dream and he hasn't been making any progress on it. And he keeps like kind of like staying stagnant, like kind of in circles, like, I don't understand. Why am I not making money? And I don't know what I want to do, but I know what I want to do, but then I haven't gotten anywhere with it. And it's like, thankfully he's very young and maybe it's okay because he's very lost. But honestly, it's like, if you just live your life like that over and over, like stuck in the circle of like, you want to do something, but you're not getting anywhere with it. Like, what is the point? Like, you're just going to be miserable. And to me, it's like, why waste your life away just thinking about, like ideas or dreaming of like one day, and again, I've mentioned this on a million different of these Facebook lives. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Shireen. Thanks for joining. Please comment if you have any questions. But it's like, what's the point of waiting for one day? Like, when is that one day going to be? Is it going to be when you are 75 years old or when you retire or like me? And I keep telling people this, is it going to be when your job lays you off? Because if you think you're going to lose your job sometime in the next 1 to 3 years because of the way the world is changing, like, why wouldn't you then start your business now while you're working and you actually have money coming in? Like, to me, that's common sense to start working on your dreams now as soon as possible to set yourself up to be able to quit or get laid off in 2 to 3 years or like 1 year even, or someone I spoke to the other day who's like has a great job in finance, but is so miserable. And like, clearly it's affecting his marriage and his children and his own like vitality. He was just like, you could hear it in his voice. He was like having a soul sucked from him. And, he just kept saying like, well, I'm going to try to like clarify my mission. And like, I'm not sure yet. I know what I want to do, but like, I have to have it perfect before I do it. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Actually, it's like the opposite. And this is the whole point of working with a coach, because you actually learn the correct steps and you learn that it's not about like waiting till everything's perfect. It's like, when is the time perfect? When your job fires you and you have no other options? It's like, no, it's actually better to start taking actions now and sort out the perfection in the process, because in the end, like, there is no perfect, like, his website's never going to be perfect because the website is always being updated, right? And in addition, I was like, look, you actually don't need a website. You're like, you need to just go out there and start doing it and like put yourself out there and start telling people what you're up to. Don't make the damn website and logo before you even know what you're doing. So anyways, these are some of the reasons why, there goes my mic. These are some of the reasons why coaching is very effective. And if you have any questions, please comment below. I would love to hear what you think. I could actually do like 20 Facebook Lives on this because there's a million more reasons why coaching is beneficial. But these are just some of the first ones that to me come to mind. But I can just tell you, since working with a coach, I feel like I step into a bigger, better version of myself every single day, like literally every single day. And I'm not just saying that to be like dramatic on Facebook. But really, my life has become to this point where it's like, if I want something, I just get it. Like, it's almost magical. It's like I put my mind to something and I go after it. And now I have, because I'm in mastermind groups and because I have this great network of people who are very much like me and very supportive, there's a group always holding me accountable. There's a coach always holding me accountable. I have a partner that I'm in love with who always holds me accountable. And so it's just, you get surrounded by this level of people, level of entrepreneurs that totally understand what you're doing. And, we all raise each other up to become better people, to grow our businesses, to, fulfill all of our dreams, to fall in love, to buy a house, to, move across the country, do uncomfortable things, whatever it is. And this is, there's nothing in the world that, like, a few $1,000s a year, like, I could not even, like, it's almost like I want to pay more because I value it so much. And that's why, when I'm like, wow, I pay my coach like a damn lot of money a month. But there's nothing in the world that I would trade that for. Like, if anything, I should be like double paying her, but don't tell her that. I'm sure in a year or two, it'll be even more expensive. But, in the end, like, I actually chose to pay someone who was a higher level price because I knew that it would up level me in my life. And it would really take things up to the level where I knew I was growing. And so that's the whole point of investing in yourself and your future and a coach and a coaching program. And if you want to hear a little bit more, I have an awesome group of people. It's starting in February, and everybody's on the path to growing their business or starting a business or really making some major changes in their life and looking for a deeper, more fulfilling and successful life of freedom. And there you go, Delissa, accountability. Yes, we should talk because I love you so much and I love everything you're up to, and I know you are totally capable of more than that. And honestly, don't worry, you are one in a million. Like, almost everybody I talk to has problems with accountability. Like, so many people, even super successful entrepreneurs, if you don't get, a group and a coach holding you accountable, it's so easy to fall off track, or it's so easy to get distracted by, I don't know, a Facebook Live video, for example. And that's just, it's not worth it. So, for a small investment into your future and yourself, you can actually learn how to become accountable, have someone hold you accountable. And I'm not kidding. It's like exponential growth. Like, every day it's exponential growth. My business grows, my life grows, I up level, I add new things to my to-do list. I do, I hire more now. I'm like up leveling my hiring. I mean, it's amazing. It's scary. I get it. And it's like really uncomfortable sometimes to step into, this higher level of your life and yourself. Like, it's, I love the word like quantum jumping, quantum leaping. I know it can be scary, but in the end, it's so much more fulfilling than you can ever imagine. And it's probably one of the best things you could ever invest in. And I think any of you that know anybody who's ever worked with a coach, you can post on Facebook and ask, has anybody worked with a coach? And just see what everyone says. To this day, I've not really met one person that got bad results from a coach. The only two people I've ever met, and one person was a client of mine who I actually had to like cut off the relationship, who decided she just didn't want to take the coaching. So that's another problem, right? Yeah, we need to talk. I'm so excited for you, Delissa. I love all you do. And I can't wait because I know you're up to really big things and the world needs your big things. Yay. Let's talk. But yeah, the only people that don't succeed with coaches are people who refuse to take the coaching. And in that case, if you're just uncoachable, that's a whole nother story. Then you probably need to get coaching on how to become coachable. Just kidding. It's like going to therapy and just blabbing and not getting anything out of it. And that's, to me, why like traditional therapy model actually doesn't work. So if you're one of those people who actually wants no results in your life, just go to a traditional therapist and see what happens. And you'll be like, I feel the same as I did 5 years ago and nothing has changed. And there's a reason why. But coaching is totally different than therapy. It actually gives you action. It has people, call you on your shit with lots of love and hold you accountable to everything you want to bring to life and manifest in your life. So anyways, I'm now at 24 minutes, which is a really long Facebook Live. But anyways, I'm going to show you this beautiful view once again. And if you are like me and you want to start saving up like $2 million to move to San Anselmo, California, come join me. It's so beautiful here, but man, I just bought a house that's like a third a third of the cost of the house I'm sitting in right now. Because San Anselmo is, it's amazing, but man, it's expensive in Marin County. Oh, well. But that's why I have a coach, because I am starting my quest to buy a house here, maybe in like, when I'm sick of the New York cold, maybe in like 5 or 6 years, something like that. Anyways, oh, hi, Nicole. Thanks for joining. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And please write a comment if you have any questions below. Thank you for putting up with my dark and weird looking Facebook Live. I haven't actually washed my hair today either. So thank you for being with me, and please either PM me or comment below if you have any questions, want to know more about my coaching program that is starting next month. Just so you know, it's actually very affordable. I made it very accessible to everybody. I mean, almost everybody. Only people who are really willing to like step up their lives, their businesses, and their careers. So be in touch, and until then, have a great weekend, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.